Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's SpeedGaming event. This is the very first race of this extension category multi-category tournament, so should be a really fun one. I am Apathy Duck, and I'm joined today by Bressingham. How you doing?
I'm good. How's it going, Duck?
I'm not too bad. So basically, the long and short of it, of how this category is going to work, or this tournament is going to work, is there are 5 categories in the tournament. They are Nintendo Power percent, North Korea percent, any percent, 69%, and all bosses. The higher seed between the two, which is Iron Rusty tonight, gets to veto a category first, and then the lower seed gets to pick. So Iron Rusty today vetoed all bosses, and susreime picked Nintendo Power percent. We'll get into what that means in a second here. So that's what it's going to be tonight. This is a best 2 out of 3 tournament. So the next one, then the lower seed will get the veto, and the higher seed will get to pick. And then if it goes to a best of 3, the last category will be run. So like I said, this is the first game of the tournament. So this is the first game of the series as well. Should be a good one. Looking forward to it. Bress, you want to explain what Nintendo Power percent is?
Yeah, yeah, well explained for the format. Nintendo Power is based on I think it was a Nintendo Power guide for the game that has some questionable routing choices involving you get ice and then you go up Red Tower to get first power bombs. A lot of backtracking. Yeah, sort of a meme category. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it was in the strategy guide that you can get from
Yeah,
Nintendo Power, and it was the like do this route to get sub 3 hours, because that's the time you need. Sub 3 hour in-game time is the time you need to get the best ending. That if you've ever watched
cool.
any SM speedruns, I assume is the only ending you've ever seen.
Yeah,
So kind of the first speedrun route. Since it was Nintendo, this was like right when the game came out, so they didn't know mock ball, they didn't know a lot of the short charge or any of that kind of stuff. And even if they did, I don't necessarily think they'd put that in like a casual guide for
no.
players. The real bizarre thing about the route though is it requires like it is all over the map on like difficulty of strats. Because it
Yeah,
doesn't expect you to high jump to Kraid, which is kind of like one of the few, like I would say, developer expected sequence breaks you can do. It doesn't, so it
yeah.
makes you get high jump before Kraid, so that's going to be a little weird, especially if these players are used to doing high jump plus Kraid. It makes you do that, but at the same time, like you have to like damage boost in Bubble Mountain to get over to the Bubble Mountain or the Norfair Reserve area. Like you'd either have to either do that damage boost, you'd either have to do an infinite bomb jump, or you have to do a pretty tricky wall jump. So like it has that in there.
Yeah, not
But
to mention ring
meanwhile it
ball
doesn't expect you
being
to
worth.
wall jump to Kraid. And like there is,
Yeah,
I think the only required wall jump in there. Besides that, I mean that one can be IBJ, right? But there's also the required wall jump to get the Green Hill Zone missiles. There's no other way to
yeah,
get that besides a wall jump. So like it knows you can do wall jumps, but then it tells you it skips a bunch of stuff that doesn't could be gone around with wall jumps. It's kind of wacky. Uh,
yeah. I think the hardest thing is getting to spring ball, just because the sewers area is incredibly hard to
no, the
navigate with.
the hardest thing is remembering you're supposed to get X-ray in a in a category where they are
Yeah,
telling you where everything is. That's the most bonkers one to me. We do get every single major item. So we're gonna get screw attack. We're gonna get plasma phaser. We're gonna get all that. But yeah, I don't like. It's like you're trying to go fast, and here's where all the stuff is, but you need X-ray for some reason. So yeah, so it's gonna be more of like a casual route. So most of like the speedrun routing that you're used to, we're not gonna be seeing here. But like pretty much every category, we're just gonna open up with this going down the climb, getting morph ball. We are also gonna get the blue Brinstar missiles here. So like the route's pretty good and not like taking you too far out of your way for like just missiles. I think
yeah,
this is the biggest deviation, honestly. But once, oh yeah, well I won't give away the other surprise, but I'm sure people can figure it out.
yeah. And P-Toil in chat pointing out that this is technically an all bosses any percent like category run. just extremely unoptimal route. So we are gonna see some extra bosses in this run.
Yeah. So, and one other thing about the makeup of this tournament, since there was five categories, basically way seating worked was sort of an average of your your PBs in all five. If you didn't put up a PB in all five, then three players didn't, so they got randomized at the bottom. Susreime here has one of the best GT max time, the best GT max time in the tournament, but has no times in anything else. I'm really interested to see how good he's going to be at these other categories. If you look at his profile, the only thing he's done is GT Max and Dashless, so definitely kind of a oddball runner. I mean, obviously very, very high skilled, so we'll see how much time he put into these categories here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see. Oh, what is Rusty doing? Just adding some fun.
Yeah, fun, but that would. So the thing about this category is it's a very strict route. You have to get everything in the precise order. So that would have. We do have Mr. Guy Average in the chat who's running the tournament. He did say at some point that if there's going to be, if you do get something out of order, like the big one here is if you fail the GT missile, which we have to get, you have to go around. But since the order specific calls out GT missile, kill GT, and then get the GT super, for like a normal run, that's a DQ. I think he said for this tournament, there's basically no penalty for that because you're already getting like a minute penalty for going around. So I think there's also just going to be some time penalties if you don't get everything in the precise order for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work, but I think the goal was to not have any hard disqualification. Just go with penalties instead.
Yeah.
And I actually just saw susreime uploaded a video of some Nintendo Power Strats, so I think he's been putting some work into that. So I'm definitely really excited to see that.
Yeah, the winner of this is going to go on to face me, so I'm also pretty interested to.
Yeah, how's that 2 seed?
I was really. You were like, I'm coming to that 2 seed. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah,
go for it. Be my guest.
Something I like about this category is that I really like having beta missile for this fight. It just makes it faster and it just feels nice.
Yeah, because you start with the 5 missiles, you can just go ahead and shoot 5 missiles instead of the 5 P shots. Susreime going for the right side Alcatraz there, so very nicely done. Gets it first try. Okay, now one of the hardest parts of this route, remembering not to get early super. Pretty much this and like Spore Spawn RTA if you're going for the Doppler strat, or like the only 2 categories I think that skip the super missile.
That sounds right. I think Spore Spawn is one of the hardest parts of this category. Which I don't know how long we were gonna keep that from the viewers, but yes, we're gonna fight Spore Spawn with only missiles to get first super missile the intended way.
Rusty killing this power, it's usually in this category you'll see just taking the damage boost like you would on a more of an old route. We're not really worried about our energy. We are going to get that Kraid E-Tank, or excuse me, the high jump E-Tank that's going to fill us up before the Kraid fight even, so we don't even have to worry about like Kraid health management this early.
You say that, but I think both of them actually missiled all those pirates.
Yeah, I missed what Sus did.
Yeah, they both missiled it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I liked the Green Brain Moonfall as well. That was very cool.
Yeah, kind of a tricky Moonfall to get all the way down to the bottom there.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of missing it.
Yeah. I think maybe they both runners were thinking save up on resources for this Spore Spawn fight, even though you have like 10 seconds of you just sitting there farming spores.
Yeah,
to
that's
get the
generally what
full. Yeah.
you don't really worry about your. You want to have the big thing is you want to have 8 missiles coming up to the top here, because there's gonna be 5 to open this door, and then there's gonna be 3 key hunters in here if we want a
Yeah.
missile. So that's the big thing. But once you're past these, yeah, you've got plenty of time to farm and spore spawn to get up, and like you don't really care about your health all that much. Like I said,
Hmm.
nothing's really gonna kill you between here and the end. So it is possible to get a 2-round spore spawn fight here. Very, very difficult. I don't even know how to do it. Kind of 3 cycles what you're aiming for. I go for like I'm generally looking for like 3, then 5, then 2 to get a 3-round.
Hmm. Didn't you just now PB in this earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't tried to optimize this fight at all, so I need to work on that.
Yeah, and it's pretty big time set. Yeah, you can see here.
Was
Oh,
that a
okay.
2?
I guess that was a 2.
Wow, that was very impressive.
Yeah, real excited about this potential matchup here.
Yeah.
And getting the moonfall. This moonfall is incredibly hard because you have to get past those chroma blocks and get the moonfall in before the blocks respawn.
Hmm. You can see Rusty only got 2 missiles on that. Just it's hard to get that much in on each round. And that one was like 2. And that is a lot of time save, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it's like 15 seconds per round. It's I mean he speeds
that's
up
a
every
lot.
round, so the deeper you get. But yeah, like even going like 3 to 4 or 5 rounds is a pretty big time loss right in the beginning here. And you can see, like, Sus already had the lead coming into this fight, but he's going to have a pretty commanding lead with that fight coming out of it. I'm apparently being corrected. I'm sorry, I'm not a Spore Spawn expert. Literally the first time I've ever fought him is in this tournament, so...
I think Rusty was going for a forward moonfall there. Didn't quite get that though. I like a category that has Spazer. Gotta admit.
Like, half of these have Spazer.
Yeah. I mean, you can put Spazer on all of them.
Yeah, I think I pick it up in 3. 69, this, and all bosses.
You skip it for North Korea.
Yeah, it's not that bad to skip. You just have to learn the...
Learn Upper Norfair.
Upper Norfair.
That's
Oh.
what I'm thinking about when I get Spazer.
Oh, no,
runs.
The first couple runs I got it because of Meridian,
Meridian?
because I knew the shot counts. And I
Okay.
just wanted to do a run without actually like learning how to do it with wave, and then it didn't take too long to drop it after that. Yeah, Upper Norfair you just hold the charge and you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can see we're talking about was talking about earlier here. We are going down to get this high jump before Kraid. And gets the quick drop into the kill of the Gamer there, which is an incredibly hard strat. So there's a little bit of ammo management you can do coming up here by opening this ice door. We'll see if Sess goes for it. It does not. It skips it. So because you're going to get the guaranteed missiles on Kraid, and like you can't do the 3 block strat here because you don't have running room, you can super that ice door open early and then hopefully get a super coming out of Kraid plus the mini Kraid to have 5 leaving. Because like later on with everything we have to do, we have to kind of go up Red Tower twice. and it's nice to not have to worry about your supers as much later.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say Crate Quick Kill is harder with high jump. I think it's just because everyone's used to doing it without it.
Well, I mean, it
Unless
depends. Like,
yeah, it
like
depends.
new route runners are going to be more used to doing it with. So,
Yeah,
like, I know Cutia specifically complained when he doesn't have high jump for it because he's so used to doing it with.
nice. Quick
Yeah,
kill.
easy peasy. So we're going to be coming down to Upper Norfair here. Probably the most annoying thing here is you have to get the Bubble Mountain missile when you first come into Bubble Mountain, which completely throws off the rhythm of the room for when you're trying to do like the Bubble Mountain wall jump. Optimally, you can go for the right side. Based on the strategy selection we've seen susreime go for, I assume he's going to be going for that. It's a pretty difficult strat.
Safe assumption. Yeah,
Rusty,
definitely.
meanwhile, I was just saying Rusty's going to be heading into his crate fight coming up.
I think part of what makes this category hard is just so many things are weird because they're in an unoptimal order.
Yeah, it's really like kind of this section that we're going to here. Like normally, if you were doing old route, right, you'd just be getting speed and wave. You'd be coming up doing Fantoon. This middle section honestly just really drags in this category because we gotta go get speed, go all the way up to Alpha Power Bombs, come all the way back down to fight Crocmire to get grapple, which we
Then
use
they wave.
once, like literally once in the entire run. No, twice. It depends. You can use it coming out of Croc PBs too. So it's, and honestly, it's the hardest part to like remember too, just because like you're so unused to doing it this way, and it's kind of like this bizarre order. I mean, it's not bizarre, like it's kind of it's the casual orders, the way the game expects you to do it.
Mhm.
But it's just it really throws you off when you're used to speedrunning this game.
Yeah. Something I do enjoy is Ice Red Tower. I think that's really fun, different. Because I'm not personally used to it, so I like doing it.
And we'll see here. Hopefully, susreime remembers that. Yep. All right, gonna be going over here to get this Bubble Mountain missile, and basically the waivers are gonna almost be in a random spot in the room when he comes back up. So we'll see how he handles it. Going for the right side. Yep. And then of course, yeah, uses the pseudo.
That was very clean.
Yeah, it's a very difficult strat there to get. You have to time your release off the wall jump very precisely. Rusty going for the mouth. I'm not sure. Is that even possible with high jump?
I was about to ask you that. I'm not sure. I just remember Zost not going for it when I watched this one.
I was going for it and then I started looking at some runs, and yeah, mainly I saw Zost not go for it. So I'm like, well, guess I'm just not going to go for it then.
I think it might be possible, just really tight and well timed. But
yeah, I think it is with as they're saying, you can mid-air morph to get across.
yeah,
because I believe
it's Spark Strat is cool.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. I haven't actually seen it though. So yeah, very difficult Spark Strat to get across. I guess that is the fourth way to get across there.
Yeah, definitely not the easiest. Not any easier than any of the others.
Yeah, I didn't quite realize you can get it's a straight shot coming out of that room to be able to spark across.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to try that. And then we have to come to this Norfair reserve room. This room is kind of notoriously slow and awkward in 100%. We have space jump and screw attack and everything. It is
Yeah.
very awkward in this. Getting back across there, very nicely done. Pretty big area you can just lose a bunch of time on. I see Rusty here going for the more traditional Bubble Mountain. Like I said, the problem is those waivers are gonna kind of just be in random spots, so it can just really mess up your rhythm.
I hate going down this bomb path without wave beam. You kind of have to wait to hit those gamers or Sovas.
Yeah, I've been like jumping up and bombing them, or I've been bombing them as I come through and then jumping up to get their drops. This is part of the run. Like from here to Croc, we're not going to be picking up an E-tank, and we do need something like 30 to 60 health to get across the little like Croc acid area to get to the E-tank. And we're going all the way up Red Tower. We're going to be taking some D-boost. We're going to take some more D-boost coming back down Red Tower. So managing health in this section is pretty important. Susreime's got very nice health right now. Should be fine. You can see how Rusty's going to handle this this section here, either with the D-boost, either going for the D-boost, or we'll see if he just goes across for maybe for a wall jump or something.
This D-boost always gave me trouble. When I first started, I would go for the wall jump usually. See Rusty gets that first try. Nice.
Yeah, went for the D-boost. Was a little slow going over there. You generally want the waver a little bit more in the middle of the room. But gets the first try wall jump. That's a pretty tricky. It's kind of, that wall jump is similar to the like 80% wall jump you see in worst room in the game, where you need to come off the wall just a little bit before doing it. Not nearly as hard as the right side Bubble Mountain, but kind of like between those two in difficulty. And we see Sus going for Alpha Spark 1. There are 2 opportunities for Alpha Spark in this run, which is amazing.
Beta Spark then?
Well, I guess it's not even Alpha Spark in this, because he did the spark coming in or coming out of the speed area. So not even Alpha Spark, but it's still Alpha Spark. So that's trying to go up the left side here. It does freeze the waver at the top. Not the waver. The Ripper. That's what it is.
The frog.
Yeah, everything's. I don't know enemy names in like any of the games I play.
There's some weird ones in Zelda.
Yeah, so even though Ice Beam is how the game intends you to get at Red Tower, we're still skipping half of what it intends us to actually use the Ice Beam for, just wall jumping all the way up. This is an interesting spark. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
I think I may have used to do that, but it's been a while.
Yeah, generally, like a lot of places where you think like sparks are going to be advantageous because they're fast, they end up not being, just because the bonk animation lasts so long.
Yeah. You cost health as well, which
yeah, like I was saying, you have to kind of manage your health. Rusty's doing a really good job of managing their health though, so probably shouldn't have any problems. I mean, you can get, you have to go through Hellway twice. That can always go poorly pretty quickly.
And it's always good old floaters refill. Things go really sour. I don't think it's gonna get to that point though.
Yeah, well, we might probably actually see floaters refill later on in the run though.
Yeah, I only did one run, but I basically was like, I'm gonna get Sloater's refill because Sos does it before Spring Ball.
Yeah, well, he does it for the first couple runs. I didn't get it. Yeah, and I just jumped across, and then I was like, oh, you can do the sparks. So I've been picking it up. And Rusty
Oh,
trying to go for Alpha Spark, didn't get the door open, unfortunately.
is that just the frozen stream or is that the crash?
It should just be the frozen string. The crash happens when the yapping maw grabs you, and I mean the yapping maw's frozen. Oh, did it actually? I didn't see what
Yeah,
happened.
chat's saying it's a crash. All I
Oh
know is that
no.
this room can crash. That's
Yeah,
all I
I
know.
didn't quite see how the yapping maw got him. Unless there's another way for. I've seen it crash when like the
He did
yapping maw.
not touch the yapping maw. I think something else happened. Like he just sparked and ran into the door without touching it. That is very unfortunate and a big time loss.
Oh yeah, Ezra's pointing out that the HUD's frozen, which
Mhm.
wouldn't just happen normally.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Sus taking care of Kraid. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, you were right. That's not a lot of health there.
Yeah, we got through it. I've only taken like 15 damage. You only, I've died there once because I didn't jump off the edge there. So it's a little nerve wracking. He's gonna be going for. Oh, it doesn't quite get
Oh,
it.
got
Gets
the
the
bad frame.
yeah the bad frame the second try. What we would be using that for is again, this is one of those like weird out of order things. Is it wants you to get the grapple missile before you get grapple beam, which again doesn't really make sense because the game wants you to do like the Indiana Jones strat. I guess even back then they thought that was just too hard, so they didn't really want to bother with it.
I don't know if they even thought it through that far. I feel like given like Norfair Reserve, they really just looked at a map and said, this is probably the best way
Yeah,
to do it.
honestly, my explanation is like they didn't expect you to like do what we're doing and like do this route exactly. It was just like here's some stuff you should get. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe get the Norfair Reserve like on the way back, which would make a lot more sense. Like the Bubble Mountain thing is less dumb because they expect you to go like down through the volcano room. I
Mhm.
probably didn't expect you to do the Bubble Mountain wall jump that we always do, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to get it and then do those wall jumps.
I didn't quite see what susreime went for here, but uh, I've seen him, or at least he uploaded a video of a strat that he came up with where you deboost in and then do like the super short charge to get through without
Yeah,
cloud on.
that's what he
That's what
did.
he did. That's so swaggy.
Yeah, and oh, misses the coolest mock ball in the game. Oh, did he forget he had the Shine Spark?
No, he never got spike suit. He just did a short charge there.
Oh, I see. Oh, he's trying to short charge up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
I see a lot of players farm power bombs there. Power bombs are actually pretty tight in this route. Like especially towards the end, we need to use like going down to lower north here. You need like 8. It's a lot. So any power bombs you can get early on are going to be pretty beneficial.
Mhm. I just want to say props to Rusty for keeping it going after that tragic time loss.
Yeah, especially because this would be one of those categories where just one mistake where you just forget an item or do something out of order could kill you. But since we kind of have some of those just like time penalty rolls in place, going to be
Mhm.
a little bit harder for Sus to just completely blow the run here.
Yeah.
There's some danger still left. I mean, it depends if you get the slow to refill or not. If you don't, you can definitely die
Yeah.
going to Spring Ball.
Yeah, I actually my first and only run I nearly died because you even if you get slow as refill, you do those sparks and then you kind of take for granted that the Evers, I think they're called. I don't know how much they do, but
They
the
do a lot.
sewers is just very dangerous. So if you do all those sparks and you're down, you can die quick.
Yeah, after that, it's pretty straightforward on health. We start picking up a lot of E-tanks. And then again with like this is the one that's weird to me because like you need. I'm not sure why Sus is going for a short charge here. This
Yeah,
is
me
this is
neither.
pure swag, like to be able to get this short of a short charge. Yeah, and falls down. This might partially be he saw that Rusty did crash, so he knows he's got plenty of time just to swag out here.
Yeah. So now that we've got Wave Beam, we finally got everything we want out of Norfair, and we're gonna go to kill Fantoon.
Yeah, what I was saying is like because there's a required wall jump in this route, the not doing the wave beam sequence break is one of the odder choices in this.
Yeah.
Again, like it's like they were just doing like get sub 3 hours, which this is obviously plenty fine for getting sub 3.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's almost like yeah, it feels like they just like wrote the stuff down. Like here's stuff that's kind of close, and then just no one actually did it in that exact order.
Yeah. Well, since we're on our way to Fantoon, I would like to mention that the guide also has some interesting suggestions for the Fantoon fight. I think it says 5 supers should do the trick,
Yeah. Also,
which is technically
we,
true, but dangerous and slow.
we're gonna see Alpha Spark 2 here, so we could get another crash. That would also do it. Put the
It
match back
would,
in
yeah.
contention.
I've never gotten this crash.
I've seen it. I've never had it
Hmm.
happen to me.
Oh man, I forgot X-Ray was here. You're right.
Yeah, see, like especially because you have to come out Alpha a Red Tower twice. Like you
Yeah,
just completely forget that. Like, oh right, I need to go get this.
yeah. Really cool waiver debooster out there. This is a very difficult room to optimize with this equipment, I think.
Yeah, not only this, and again, this is like kind of the second area where we want to kind of conserve health a little bit. Like we still have to do the West Ocean Spark, and then we're gonna go through Fantoon, and then we have to do. It's pretty much straight any percent in wreck ship, I believe. Yeah, we get Moat Missile, we get West Side Supers, and we get Gravity, and that's it.
Mhm.
So wreck ship is the most normal looking part. It looks pretty much exactly like old route would. But yeah, I do have to conserve health a little bit. Let's just go for the deboost here. And then one of the other big things of getting X-ray is now we have to deal with X-ray being in our menu. For the
Now we have to use item cancel.
Yeah, I think X-ray activating on run is one of the most bizarre choices in this game. Why it just doesn't activate? Because you have to select it like it's a weapon. Why it just doesn't activate on shot? So if
That
you're
is a
just
good
running and
point,
trying
yeah.
to select through, you'll see players just stop and activate X-ray. It's kind of hilarious every time you see it.
Maybe it's
And
because Deer Force knew about microwave. Nah,
it's
I'm just
true.
kidding.
Yeah. I guess if there wasn't, well, I guess you could swap quickly, right, from power bombs to X-ray. Maybe it'd be
Yeah,
certainly a bit harder strat.
yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
already the first game of this tournament, we're already seeing Sports One for the third time. So that tournament is
he's
already blessed.
he's the mascot of this tournament.
Yeah, two whole categories we see him in. This one, basically the only time you ever fight Sports One is when you are forced to by rule. This one because
Yeah.
we're doing a strict route, and all bosses because he is a boss, and it's all the bosses. So yeah, to kind of include Sports One in that.
Rusty doing a good job, not going for the Doppler, but gets a good amount of missiles in. it's hard to time that in the air. Nice.
All right, this is this is not recommend. Yeah. So it has plenty. Once you get used to fighting Fantoon with Varia just feels like you have an infinite amount of health.
That was a
Very nice
really good
stopper. That
Doppler.
was 7 or 8. So setting up for a nice easy 2-round here.
Oh, wow.
On screen angled. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was wild.
Who set up these brackets?
MM2 and MGA.
Yeah, yeah. Looking forward to this. Of course I'm sweating.
This shaft is looking really crisp up until I said something.
Yeah, it's for someone who got used to this without high jump. Doing it with high jump and speed is a nightmare.
Yeah. I believe that was Street Sweeper, Edic. It's a good mark of skill if you can go for a hard strat, mess up something, and not really lose that much time.
Yeah, so like I said, Wreck Ship is like the one part of this run looks completely normal. So just get the standard items we get during 90%. Gonna get the gravity here. Don't even get West Ocean. You know, it's kind of random what items. Like I said, it never takes you that far out of your way just for like a missile or even a super. But like it does tell you to get some like the Bryn Star, and I guess it was trying to front load you a little bit, maybe. I don't know, like trying to figure out what they were thinking with this is kind of a fool's errand, I guess.
Yeah, the run kind of just makes way more sense. After Spring Ball, it's sort of just like 80% plus.
Yeah, the things you get after Spring Ball is basically it makes you get Mama Turtle, which it's an E-Tank fine,
Yeah.
and then makes you get the stuff in Aqueduct and Crab Supers. Pretty much
Yeah,
anything in Meridia that's kind of like a not too big of a deviation. So and like it makes sense again for like the aiming at more like casual players, especially casual
yeah,
players in 1994, which is what everyone was.
yeah,
You didn't really have a lot of health, so they were trying to get you a couple more. So it definitely makes sense. Spring Ball before Dragon is just bonkers.
yeah.
Like,
That doesn't make any sense.
especially because you don't like. It intended you to get up there with Space Jump. Like you would think Space
Yeah.
Jump's a required item for it, and we have to do this pretty tricky high jump, wall jump out of the sand.
Mm. Well, let's see if he takes the refill here. I don't know if this health is enough. He's not doing it though.
Yeah, not getting. Yeah, this health is definitely not enough to do the shines.
Uh,
So he might just be going straight through.
yeah. Which, granted, I never tried just jumping through. The first thing I tried was the sparks.
I did my first run and I died. So
Yeah. I'm interested to see what kind of stuff susreime's gonna go for in the
Yeah.
sewers.
Opts to open that door with missiles. Pretty good call. We're gonna have to green gate glitch on this on the way back. He's gonna go for at least the first shine.
Yeah.
There's no way he's got enough for all three.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a blessing, honestly. These
Yeah.
enemies do a lot of damage. Although he's gonna go for the short charge here. Doesn't get it. Certainly looked like he was going for a short charge.
Gets through that room, not really having too much of a problem in there.
Yeah, not doing. I'm not even sure how much the shine strats even save over just moving through this room pretty cleanly.
Yeah, I also don't know.
It's the one thing with this tournament is like there's been a lot less eyes on some of these rooms and some of these strats. That's a very nice deboost there to get up.
Oh, I loved that deboost
Jeez.
into Springwell room or Shacktill room.
Are you trying to get a short charge here? I believe Zost has a 102 in this?
That's very fast.
Something like that? Yeah. That is obviously the Zost time, not the mere mortal time. Yeah, Zost has a 102. MGA is now second place with a 105, so just a huge gap between top two runners.
As much of a pain it is to get Springball early, I like having it for the
For what?
small portion. Crap super.
It saves you one bomb jump.
Yeah. It feels nice though.
I figured I
really
have it
like
half the time. I think I did like 6 runs of this without just bomb jumping up there because it's like, all right, I have swing ball.
Yeah.
So I would expect not to see this last shine. In fact, with 86 health, I don't even think that's enough.
Oh yeah, he would die.
But yeah, this health is low enough, and everything Meridia hits like a tank. You see just 20 health right there.
Yeah, he's 2 hits from death here.
Yeah, this is the one place. Basically, once we get Mama Turtle E-Tank, he's going to be pretty safe.
Yeah,
We do have a pirate to get through still. In fact, he's not going to have enough health to do that shine to get up there.
Yeah, he's gonna have to either do the grapple, early croc hundo strat, or just jump off the wall.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the fastest way through that room is actually grabbing the missile first and then using grapple to get up there. But we can't do that because it specifically says to get the missile afterwards.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's a lot harder, but it's slightly faster. You see Sus being very careful here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. I'm assuming wall jump off this. Oh, he's gonna go to the right side. Okay. Yeah, basically you do exactly what he does. Except when you land right there in that nook, you just shoot up, grab the missile, and then do this wall jump.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that strat, but I didn't think about how you can't do it in this category. Is what I meant.
Yeah, you pretty much are forced to do the shine again, which is why the Slaughter's refill is like I wouldn't be surprised if like people really sat down and like analyzed this. You'd find some sort of kind of like the late croc hundo where like you're putting energy in your reserve tanks and you can just completely skip that. But kind of where this category is maturity, just I think most people are going to end up getting that Slaughter's.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of 69%. There's sort of the same deal going on. For KPDR at least, if you're getting Main Street, you're way less E-tanks than usual. So Slaughter's refills pretty nice there as well. Nice to see Slaughter's refill getting some attention this tournament.
I just like it because so we can throw shade at floaters pretty much constantly throughout the entire tournament.
How's it shade? It's like it's the best refill in the game. It's the most convenient refill.
I forget. Oh, Rusty gets the D boost on the second his second
Oh,
try through
nice.
this room here. This isn't a particularly hard shine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, not the place you would expect to see 5 seconds of time loss, but here we are. Yeah, so Sus is 40 seconds ahead of my PB, and I ended up with a low 108. So this is pretty good time so far here.
Oh, interesting spark. That's cool. It actually looks like it's pretty fast.
Yeah, I'd have to time again. Just those bonks are so long. I was actually jumping across when I first did it because I just figured that would be the fastest. That's obviously not. It's pretty quick just to go down and run across.
Yeah. 20 frames spark.
Does get the 1 round bot wound. Not as concerned with super count as we are normally here. Has plenty of power bombs. All of his ammo's looking really good.
Yeah, the run really does get a lot easier post Mama Turtle. Feels a lot more like Hundo.
Yeah, and getting the bot wound E-Tank mock ball is incredibly difficult because you have spring ball. Not sure why he's stopping to farm here. Like I said, his ammo was fine. We are going to go for the full halfy. Nice setup.
Nice. Very nice. Ooh, nice little down back to fall down there. That's pretty cool.
Showing off a little.
Yeah. Ooh, going for a rain dance. I approve.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, this is different rain dance.
Yeah, I've never seen this setup before.
I've seen it once on susreime's YouTube. I've never seen anyone go for it.
Yeah, it's still going for the 2 spark max. It doesn't quite get it.
It's really annoying when that happens.
Yeah.
Does not get chain damage, though. It's good.
Yeah, and then this, of course, this is the reason why I hate Spring Ball before Dracon, because it makes getting this spike suit pretty much impossible because you can't use jump to unmorph. You have to hit up, so you have to hit right into the damage, then up within 2 frames of each other, and it's very difficult.
Hey, Rusty made it through the Yapping Mob room.
Yeah, I didn't. Did he do the go for Alpha Spark again?
I don't know. I didn't see. I was watching the Dragon fight.
And gets the Womple into the. Oh, did he just kept blue suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That saves so little time. I generally don't bother with it. I mean, with this, you have a generally not worth the an old route, not worth the health, in my opinion. Here, you have a lot more health to work with. But had a little trouble in the Dragon fight, so has. I mean, this is still fine. Like he'll be fine going down to Ridley and everything.
Yeah, no problem at all. But you don't get another E-Tank until after Ridley, so if you're scared of Ridley, then good time to farm.
Yeah, but like this is even without that spark, like in new route, this is about the amount of health you would have.
Mm-hmm.
So us going for plasma spark there. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Probably the most difficult spark in the game to get. Although he has gone for some memey ones that are, I'm sure, pretty difficult as well.
Yeah, like the spark up post croc like the cosine shaft that susreime went for, where
Yeah,
you
that
charge
one.
underneath. That one was bonkers.
Yeah, like there's two ways a spark can be hard. Either it's the short charge distance is very, very small, so you have to do a really good short charge, or the other way is you have to do a lot of movement after storing it, kind of like full halfy. Although full halfy's not that difficult once your movement becomes
Yeah,
pretty good.
plasma spark is the true example of that, where you have to have pretty flawless movement to actually get your spark off.
You literally have to have. You only get like even optimally, you only have like 3 to 4 frames remaining to get that
Yeah.
spark. It's not a lot. So one of the, or I was gonna say
Sorry,
one of
Rusty
the other problems of this category is you can't pick up power bombs of shame. So power bomb management through this whole section is pretty hugely important. Sus just has the max amount of power bombs, so he's looking great. Shouldn't have any issues.
Yeah.
But I learned that one the hard way.
Oh yeah. I never thought about that. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Rusty got some revenge on the yapping maw going through there.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
That's what supers are for. Rusty going again for a forward moonfall there. That's didn't quite get it, but props. I've never gotten one of those.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
I don't even really understand how it works, but I know it is a thing. Shoutouts to Northern Route.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Southern Route makes any sense in this, does it?
Yeah. That's another thing I like about this tournament is some categories force Southern and some Northern. It's interesting.
What forces? Oh, I guess your 69 route does.
Yeah, and well, I don't know actually. Maybe I just default to Southern.
Yeah, I'm Northern all the way, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, but my 16 on KPDR route does force Southern route. Oh, and all bosses. Yeah, good point, MGA. That's what I was thinking of.
I don't even remember my all bosses PB. I guess it's Crocmire into.
Yeah, Crockmire into
Yeah,
LN.
well, I guess that's. I mean, but it's not like the Southern route like strat you would normally see because you're cutting it halfway through. And
Yeah.
kind of run through. It's probably why I didn't even like necessarily think of like, oh, I have to do Southern route. It's just.
See, I had to teach myself how to do good chronic with Northern route because I was never able to figure it out. You have to do a well-timed unmorph and down back. Kind of tough. That was a nice plasma hitbox through those holtzes there.
Yeah, and Sus just going for the safety spring ball strat here. It does get with good running speed, so it doesn't lose that much time just versus space jumping across. Like I said, that's under normal circumstances that would just completely end your run if you don't get it. Oh, GT does jump over him though. But in this, I believe it's correct that there's not actually a specific penalty for it because you're already penalized the minute for having to go around. Okay, this is a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, let's just stop taking damage here.
Yeah, this would be quite an unexpected place for this run to end, I have to say.
Yeah, you can pin him against that left wall and not take damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows
It's
exactly where to
same.
stand on the left wall.
Well,
everyone's
it's
clearly practiced
for
that.
me, it's a visual cue with his feet, so I've done it before, but I don't think susreime is comfortable with that, so he's trying to get him back to the right side. This is
Yeah.
very scary right here.
Yeah, fortunately he's got plenty of time to play with, so you can just play this as safe as possible. I say that as the almost... there's some very enticing health over there.
Oko right now.
Can't pick up that missile either.
Oh, okay. I like this strat up here.
Yeah, is this gonna work? I don't actually know. I assume GT works the same way Ridley does, or he's gotta be on screen. Oh, he does kill him. That is
Wow.
okay.
That
And
was
normally not the place
really
where you're
scary.
nervous for the run to end, but not out of the woods yet either. Like he's still got to do, like you said, you're not getting another energy tank till after Ridley here. Although he does take the time to. Normally those drops you just kind of be going straight by. Wisely decides to pick them up.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna die. That was really close. Oh, he's gonna take this
Yeah,
really well, too.
I think this is smart. Just I
Yeah.
assume he's aware of where his opponent is.
Mhm.
Just deciding to take that safety. Well, as long as he makes these same just backbreaking mistakes, if I have to play him, I should be fine, right? Like, he's definitely going to
Yeah.
make the same mistake again, right?
Yep.
And like, this is definitely one of those tournaments where it's like, there's enough categories that have enough pretty bad gotchas in it that the favorite player is definitely not always going to win, no matter how favored they are. You got
Yeah.
North Korea where you can just straight up die, or you're going in there with so little health that if Dragosh just doesn't give you the patterns you need, you can just be forced to reset through no fault of your
Yeah.
own. I
And then
had
there's
one that was like my very last power bombs when he finally gooed. I was
yeah.
pretty upset about that.
Yeah, that's very upsetting to deal with. That's one of the most RNG dependent things in any of these runs. And then there's gate glitch and well, Lava Dive's not too bad in GG Max.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked that Rusty didn't ban GT Max against susreime. Again, just he's so good. I'm actually shocked susreime didn't pick it. Like so.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
But like North Korea and all bosses are the two that you're like running on like, 4 E tanks, kind of like you would in a normal 80%. And of course, 80% can always just kill you whenever it feels like. So you always got those problems. North Korea again, with the early Dragon and the Hell runs, those can kill you pretty easily. I would say, I guess 69 is, if you're doing old route, is this probably the safest.
I don't know. 69 can be a little scary for old route. But all of these categories are scary, except for post GT code, GT Max, pretty safe.
Yeah, I'm going for a full beam Ridley fight here. You do walk in with a good amount of supers. Sus is going to use a couple here to finish him off. But like we're going straight from here to Turian, so like I haven't quite figured out like what's the correct amount to use, if any, in here. I'm also going for the spring ball Zeb skip in mind, so I kind of want a couple extra supers to get through that first Zeb.
Yeah, same. Rusty remembers X-ray. Good job.
Yeah, again, hardest part of this route, remembering to get X-ray.
Yeah.
It's especially like you get it in a weird spot, and because you have to do red tower twice, it's just so natural just to go right by it. And some nice spring ball strats here to exit. And gets the speed ball out. Very nicely done.
Yeah, nice little improv from that. The D-boost didn't go perfectly. Didn't have any problem just going for the plasma hitbox. Again, a good show of skill being able to save a strat on wrong.
Yeah, so at this point, once you pick up that Ridley E-Tank, it's just complete straight shot. Um, Literally, the next thing the game says is on to Turian, so pretty much standard old routing back here. The only thing is we have screw attack, so things like Three Musketeers are a little bit more straightforward than they would be. And Spring Ball comes in handy every once in a while.
Got a nice even 7 tanks for stand up.
Yeah, the stand up in this is pretty nerve wracking, honestly. You can't really take any damage, although you do have plasma,
Mhm.
so it's only 20 shots, not like a 40 shot
Yeah,
mother or 60 shot mother brain. But because the baby is going to detach as soon as your health gets all the way filled up. So you have to take some damage off of mother brain if you're trying to be optimal, or you can just kind of bail out of it a little bit early. But it is the 7E tank stand up is one of the easier ways to soft lock on that strat.
yeah. And I believe we only have one reserve. So unlike GT Classic, where you have 300 free health in your reserve, um, you really can't take as many hits.
Yeah, it's not like the most difficult one to do optimally is GT Classic because you have exactly 700 health. You can't take a single
Yeah.
hit. It's pretty, including all the Zebs and everything up through there. Generally in GT Classic, you just see people dipping the reserves a little bit.
Yeah. I think Rusty has. Oh, he's trying to CWJ. He's having some fun, I think. Yeah, there you go. Turn on the grapple beam. Trusty grapple beam.
Yeah, I don't. Can you even CWJ with speed and high jump?
He turned it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Sauces is going to be heading to his mother brain fight. Meanwhile, Rusty going to be heading into Fantoon here. See if he decides to leave ice on and go for Doppler strats, or there's also the with the ice wave or the wave at this point, the ice wave spazer. There's kind of like the intermediate, like 3 round strat that you can do, kind of combination of missiles and charge shots.
I'm a big fan of that strat. 3 round is very fast compared to any other unoptimized fight. 2 rounds are hard.
Yeah, going for the 2 round Doppler here. Unfortunately, doesn't get kind of Fantoon on the right line. But yeah, that strat's kind of when you're first learning old route, especially when you're still picking up ice. If you're not doing red tower yet, can kind of guarantee you pretty easy 3 rounds.
Mhm.
Honestly, one of the people kind of pick up like the ice. You pick up ice late optimally in old route because basically just trying to avoid the menu. So it's only like a 5 or 6 second time save. It's not really that big. So a lot of times you'll get it before you bother learning Red Tower. But honestly, being able to get consistent 3 round Fantoons before you learn anything more fancy like an X Factor or the Dopplers is a much bigger reason to be picking it up when you first start learning.
Yep, couldn't have said it better. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, I never really learned it. I kind of completely
Yeah,
skipped it because I kind of learned like I was able to get like consistent 3 round Dopplers by the time I dropped X-ray or not X-ray.
ice beam.
Ice Beam, yes, thank you. Ice Beam and Spazer, because I had started playing rando at that point, so a lot of times you were forced to Doppler Fantoon in that. So I just never really exactly learned how to do the strat. Get the D boost through? No, you didn't. Okay. Yeah, and you can go for like the 100 strats here. Since you have so many missiles, you're not really particularly worried about running out of supers. It's I think it's better to just be as fast as possible in these rooms, and then you'll just be a little bit slower on Mother Brain 1. We'll
Yeah,
see
just
what
pray for RNG.
Yeah, we'll see what Zeb skip he opts for here. You kind of have three options here. You can either do the down back, which is going to be the fastest, the short charge, or the spring ball. I think the spring ball is actually, if you do it optimally, is faster than the short charge. I believe Behemoth is fully switched to the spring ball in his 100 runs. Yeah, and Professor Skull is pointing out because he didn't get any health here. I think it would be. I think it'd actually be best if he did. Oh well,
Ooh.
never mind. He's gonna get
Well, you
slow baby
kind of
physics
got the
here.
worst of both worlds here.
Yeah,
He has
I
to
think.
save and reset and refill his health. Or he's going to skip the health, actually, looks like.
Yeah, um, I think in that situation, what you're best off doing is doing baby skip and still getting the health refill for stand up because stand up is going to save you more time than that refill. That refill is only like I want to say like 10 to 15 seconds. I'm kind of just making up a number here. It's not. It's two transitions, and then you got the refill. It's not terrible. The biggest thing with the baby skip is skipping all the cutscene and everything. So yeah, Sasa is going to save here and reset. This is pretty standard rules for any. In fact, this is even board legal. You could do an any percent run and have this reset, and your run still counts. Although it wastes so much time. You're probably not PBing like this.
Yeah. Going for the speed. Wow. Very little setup time for that short charge. No problem. Gets it way before the ledge. That's crazy.
Oh, you were talking about susreime. Rusty was doing the
Oh,
speed, the bowling alley one at the same time.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, also gets it. That is the bowling alley. I just cannot get that one to save my life. Like I've gotten it. Like it's not
Yeah.
like I've never gotten, but just whatever reason, like the door is in just the wrong spot that it screws with me. I'm
Yeah.
terrible at it. Yeah, so like we said, so we're not going to see the stand up here. Just doesn't have the health for it. But we're going to get a pretty straightforward 20 shot Mother Brain. Since he's, like I said, usually this fight's a little scary because you want to save your health for stand up, but since we're already kind of past that point, it's going to be just basically the safest old route 80% Mother Brain you've ever seen. Yeah, but again, definitely shout outs to Rusty just for resetting there. And like we saw, like I don't think any of us thought like, oh yeah, clearly we're gonna die on GT. Like that's the place where the run might end. And
Yeah.
I came real close to that being true. So let this be a lesson to you. If anything happens in any of your runs, keep going until the other player finishes crosses the finish line.
Absolutely.
'Cause, there's so much dumb stuff that can happen in this game. Like even on
Yeah.
Mother Brain, like you can die on Mother Brain. You can die on Mother Brain. Good players have died on Mother Brain 3. Like stuff just happens in this game. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's no saves in this game, except for the one Sus took there, because of
That's that's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
It's not like a Link to the Past. You die in Ganon, you just are back at the beginning of the fight. It's like a 2 minute time loss. It's just like no, that's an hour an hour minute time loss. That's how long that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Props to Rusty for keeping it going.
Yeah, we got one more swag strat. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Sus gets one or two more swag strats here at the end. I fully expect to see the blue bomber though.
Yeah, I have noticed a distinct appreciation of spring ball from susreime, so I expect blue bomber.
Yeah, on Rusty's side, Rusty did choose to get the floaters refill. Was not going for the shine sparks though, which is still like this area is so dangerous if you don't have like a lot of health. Definitely still a good call. Like it's not that slow just to pick it up.
Yeah,
And like I said, dying is the slowest thing you can do in this game by a
dying is pretty slow. Yeah,
fairly healthy margin. Like even like I'm sure we'll see a lot of saves in North Korea like before the hell runs. Even dying in those is going to set you back a couple minutes. Like they're pretty
yeah.
nasty. And yeah, we did see that blue bomber strat. Pretty much the only way you need. Not only do you need spring ball and speed and high jump to do it, you pretty much also need screw attack because you're not going to have the iframes coming through the door like you would normally. So
Never thought about that.
yeah, yeah, it doesn't save that much time that if you're going to do something like far less optimal in the other room, I just don't think
Yeah,
it's worth it. I mean, you can, like, you're doing rando, you just want to swag out a little bit, like, go for it. But for it to actually be optimal, you do need screw attack. And yeah, we're gonna see
oh,
the animals here.
wow. Gotta have
Oh,
some
you know,
style.
honestly, I was hoping with the amount of meme stuff Sus has gone for, I was hoping we were going to see an ultimate taunt where you do it's like a very precise
Boomerang.
setup, and you do like a wall check as soon as you get into the room. So you see the animals, but you wall check back out.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing, funniest possible thing to do.
Yeah, I've only seen. I think Zenny might be the only person to actually do it as a human.
Yeah.
All right, and there we go. Coming in at a time of looks like 109.51. What the race time was. Yeah, 109.52. Susreime is going to finish in first place. You know, Rusty is coming back out of Spring Ball, going to be heading up to Dragon. We already saw like the stuff we got to pick up, so we have to make. Honestly, like I said, the detours here aren't too bad. Really, once you get out of these rooms and get past the green gate glitch, it's kind of when I breathe a sigh of relief because the category becomes pretty normal from there on out. It looks like Rusty's just opting not to go for the green gate glitch. A
Fair.
little bit longer to come around here. But yeah, if you only got 5 chances at it, and if you miss it, then you're coming this way anyways.
Yeah.
So if you're not comfortable with it, definitely not a bad call. There are definitely this like half the categories you have to do one of those. All bosses you're gonna have to do one to get
Yep.
at least optimally. You can skip that one because you have space jump. I think for all routes you're gonna have space jump at that point.
GT
But
Max, you do the Meridian one twice.
Well, GT Max, you literally have to do it with only 5, like to get to GT.
Oh yeah, yeah, and there's the actual.
Yeah, because you can go the other way, right? You can go up through Plasma, which isn't that much slower. But yeah, like GT Max has optimally 3. All bosses has it. I think old Route 69, you guys grab screw attack, don't you? I think Guy Average does.
I am, yeah. Guy Average does too.
Yeah, so you got one in that. So yeah.
Level up for gate glitch.
But if you know, like I said, you pretty much required to know it for this tournament. But if you have a chance to avoid it without that much time loss, still not a bad idea just to go ahead and go around.
Yeah. Consistency equals speed. Rusty remembers spring ball there. Crab super. Oh, and it looks like Rusty has forfeited. I would see if we're gonna get these runners in for an interview. Oh, Rusty gonna show off some tech here. Good old snail clip. Well done. First try, easy.
Yeah, I think they are both going to be joining us here in a second.
Yep. Yep, there they are. Pop them in here.
Yeah, and we're now joined by both of them. GG's to both of you.
Yes,
Oh,
good
thank you.
game.
Yeah,
Thanks for
GG's.
the race.
Thanks for race, Rusty.
Yeah, so I guess the first question is, did you know about the crash there, Rusty, or is that the first time you saw it?
No, I was really beside myself on that. Crashed into the door and then just crashed the game. I didn't know if it was like an emulator thing, but I just was freaking out. And then people in the chat were saying like, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
yep, he did that thing. I've never
I've,
seen that before."
I've seen it when the yapping mall grabs you. I'm not exactly sure what you did to make the crash happen.
Yeah, I
like,
guess
the
I
yapping
just
mall was
sparked at the
frozen.
wrong time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess Azure was saying if you are gonna get grabbed. Anyway, I guess I just bad timing. I didn't shoot the door. Usually I shoot the door twice and then spark, but I just was hurrying, you know.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. Props to you for keeping the race going after that.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
just
really,
for
really
fun
sorry
time.
to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Rusty.
Yeah, so
just behind you.
Did you, susreime, did you know? I guess you weren't watching the restream then.
I was not.
Okay. I was. Yeah. I thought maybe you were when you started to try to do the spark across for wave missile. Like you just realized you had plenty of time. I guess that's
Oh
just.
no, it's just I suppose my personal goal coming to this race was, well, since it's the first race of the tournament, I just wanted to showcase some of the cooler strategies that I was able to find for this category. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to nail in any of them. I think, but it was my original intention.
Including the
Yes,
GT
well,
fight somehow.
GT5, exactly. That was a very well planned show. If I wish I could have said that, but
Yeah. I would think you're kind of known for GT Max. I would think you would know how to fight GT.
right. I would know how to fight GT had I entered the room from the right door, actually. But
Yeah.
this is one of the few rare instances I'm entering from the left door, and I still went for the same opening setup as I used for my usual match for the GT categories, and it really threw me off. Right, this category, you just know, you never know what's going to happen, what to expect.
Yeah, I think the setup's going to be more or less. Just the timing's going to be a little off because when GT's dropping down for that initial shot. But yeah, I'm joking. Like GT's gotten away from all of us, and just a little nerve-wracking that you getting down to Oko range there.
Right. Thankfully, there was the upper platform in the room. Like it was just so conveniently placed that I could actually evacuate over there.
Yeah,
the first time I had to do any such kind of maneuver.
ironically, the most
Uh,
dangerous thing up there was the GT missile at that point.
The super missile, yeah.
Right, true. I could have very easily DQ'd myself.
Yeah,
Not
you
careful.
shot it once, and I was like, oh no, is he gonna pick it up?
Need some more supers? Here's some.
Yeah, here's some to just get you kicked out of the tournament. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Oh, also, I think I should adjust myself. The short charge before wave was to get a spike suit so that I could a shine spark to X-ray. Actually, that was the intention.
Oh, okay, that makes
wasn't meant for like a 1 second time save or anything. It was actually
Okay.
meant to be like more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that would be a time like that. Shine would be so short. The bonk's definitely gonna cost you. So that makes a lot more sense then.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
coming in for that. Yeah, because there's not really a good place to get the. You got to carry that thing a long way too if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. Thankfully, the way the route plays out after wave, you head directly to X-ray. And since you don't have space jump for X-ray, it's actually like it probably saves the X-ray spark would save more time than you imagine for say like a hundo run.
Right.
So it is I suppose it is a viable strategy, but it was a little bit beyond my skill. I was a little bit too ballsy there.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it wasn't viable. I'm just saying you have to carry that for a long.
Sure.
I think it's even further than carrying it from Croc.
Yeah, I suppose a few. Well, hard to say. It's just a viable strategy that I was going for.
Yeah, that'd have been cool. That makes a lot more sense than just. I mean, that's a really tricky short charge, and on top of, I think that's got to be shorter than the Croc exit one, right?
Right. That's a 12 tile short charge, but you have the left and right. Well, there are no walls that are blocking Samus, so you can kind of like you can go a bit like farther than you're supposed to. It's a little bit more than 12 tiles, and in fact, I wasn't really going for the short charge. I was trying to like get a 3-tap, then do like a speed keep on the spike, so that I could get even more distance for the short charge. It is possible. That much I know. Otherwise, it would be so reckless, way too reckless for me to attempt it. But yeah, there's some cool things in this run that I just wanted to show off, basically.
You got some of them. It was a really good show. I enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. Good to hear that.
Glad I got to show off my horizontal spark past the ice doors for you guys.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
So, any thoughts on what category you guys are looking for next? If you guys want to say, I know there's a lot of strategy involved in it.
It's a surprise. It's gonna be a surprise.
It's going to be a surprise, but for those who are unaware, originally, so about I think yesterday when Rusty and I were having a discussion about the categories of choice, Rusty actually vetoed 80% all bosses back then, and I picked DPRK, North Korea percent, just because it's a gigantic meme, and I thought it would be suitable to start a category with. But then for the sake of keeping things interesting, we decided to switch it up a little bit. So I was actually most practiced with North Korea. So maybe I get to. I'm just hoping maybe I get to show it off. No pressure, Rusty. No pressure. I'm not
we'll
trying
see
to,
what happens.
Not trying to bait you into anything, but just saying some of my thoughts.
A challenge.
I think we were all shocked that we didn't see a ban of GT Max or a pick of GT Max.
Okay, yeah, right.
I'm
right,
not
yeah,
that much of a coward. I'm here for the fans. As you can tell.
Thank you for welcoming the challenge. But I think this is Nintendo Power is a pretty unique category. I think one of the more unique categories of this tournament, in my opinion. So I think it's still suitable that it's the opening. It was in the opening race.
Yeah, they all got their own little issues with them. So it's gonna be not necessarily a bad way, but like, I mean, 69, there's like a billion routes you can do, so that's gonna be fun to watch races for.
69, you don't want to miss that. That's going to be a heck of a race, every single race.
Yeah, that one's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be interesting to commentate any of those if I get a chance to, because it's gonna be like I don't know who's ahead. Like there's gonna be so many different like item pickups and like was he supposed to pick that up? Did he not mean to pick that up? So that one's gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah,
Right,
I need a tracker for that. Keep track of the item number.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah.
So, and we do see, this one is 49%. It does have the strict route, but that's always like the kind of like good to see because that's the percentage you're supposed to get in this. So, looks pretty good from here. Yeah. So, I guess any last comments from you two guys before we head out?
Well, I guess the only other 3 options are GT Max, North Korea, 69. It's gonna be an exciting choice, whatever happens.
Yeah, and I just want to tell the audience that this is going to be a very, very special tournament. So make sure keep some attention to it. You'll be surprised how much the extension categories can offer.
And you haven't seen the last of me because it's double elimination.
True,
Yeah.
very true.
Well, double elimination, and you have at least 1 more, if not 2 more matches in this round too. So. All right, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for us. Bruce, you want to close us out then?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. It was a great race. We got the schedule down here. Nothing else going on from this tournament today. Our next race is going to be Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the tournament. I'm excited for it. So.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
I'm rooting for you, Rusty.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for your commentaries. See you guys.
Yeah.